would love to hear from you guys how you are pushing to grow in your own life, in your own career, in your own business maybe. What are some of the steps that you're taking to actively grow, personally or professionally? Good morning, YouTube. It's a Monday morning. We're back in the office. Sama is behind the camera. I feel like this hasn't happened for a while. This hasn't happened for a really long time.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. Feels good. It feels really good. Okay, so we are shooting a day in the life today. I wanted to bring you guys back into the office. A few of you guys have been messaging me on Instagram, which has been great, and a lot of you guys have been asking for more entrepreneurial content. It's so funny how this relationship works, because as soon as we start planning or making the content, like new fresh content, you guys are always right on point and asking for that exact content. So I think we're on the same page, which is great. Good morning. Good morning. So today is an exciting day because we've got new staff in the office today. So you guys are going to meet Kelsey. She's our new project coordinator. This is very exciting for House of Bohn because this is a brand new position. We've never hired for a project coordinator before. Kelsey started about a week ago, so we are super excited to have her on board. This is great. Karin is going to be back in the office. She's been away on vacation for the last week. With a small team, you definitely feel it when not everybody is around. So today we're just going to run through the day. We're getting ready to jump into our Monday morning meeting. Well, welcome back.
Thank you.
You had a good vacation?
Yeah, it was great. It was
Awesome.
nice. Office stuff. I don't think there's anything actually office-wise except for folder structure.
Yeah, the structure has to change. Like the way that we produce information, we need to produce it for the user, right? So if someone is going into the files, like what can they pull at stuff easily, not to produce it as just production. And then in terms of the working files, like if you've got CAD files or PDFs or whatever, I don't necessarily care how that is saved. So you can figure that out like amongst the team, or if it's working for you now, that's fine. But to pull something like a presentation, a rendering, drawings, things that have been issued, meeting minutes, contract admin stuff, anything that is in circulation for the project needs to be easily accessible. So what we're gonna have to do is, I don't think it can be this morning just because there's so many things that we need to jump into, but maybe that's something that you and I we can talk about tomorrow, and then we can implement like Wednesday or Thursday. So Kelsey will be jumping in and likely taking over the Monday morning meeting, but it'll likely be kind of a joint effort between Kelsey and Stacy. Mm-hmm. And then because Kelsey's role is a new role, there will be a little bit of like kinks to iron out as we go forward, which I think everyone kind of expects. But one thing I was just thinking about over the weekend, even though Kelsey's job title is project coordinator, I want to mitigate the amount of admin that Kelsey's doing.
Right.
So I don't want your day to be full of like Excel sheets with project schedules and then doing this kind of stuff. So if you can support Kelsey on the admin side.
Oh, okay.
And then also Kelsey is a really talented designer, so being able to influence projects design-wise and to help do like client management and like overseeing, like pulling all the pieces together is going to be her role. It'll be a little bit of a work in progress, like to figure out what that actually looks like. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
No? Okay.
We'll just go through it like we normally do. And Kelsey, if you have questions while we're going through it, okay, of course, just ask away.
Kelsey's our new project coordinator. So you can say hi officially to the vlog.
Yeah.
It's
very excited, very happy to have her here. So it's a big new day at House of Bohn. Did you have a good weekend, Robbie?
Yeah, it was good.
You did? Yeah.
Did you get sailing on Saturday?
Yeah, on Saturday. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah. It was a good weekend. Yeah, it was beautiful. So if there's anything that is on my mind right now, it would be that some years you have slow years, some years you have down years, some years you have growth years where you're investing in your business in order to grow. It takes money in order to grow. So yeah, business is tough. It's really, really hard. And I think sometimes we can look at what's happening in culture right now, and we can look at what we think business is like, and sometimes we can think that, like, if you're not expanding your office and if you're not doing 10 million in revenue or 100 million in revenue, that you're failing. But that's not necessarily the truth, right? And, you know, I just want to give anybody that's watching this, if you're in business for yourself, if you're a solopreneur, if you've got a small team of people, or even if you have a big team of people, I just want to remind you, you know, that every business goes through tough times. Every entrepreneur goes through difficult times, whether they show it or not, whether they talk about it or not. And that is just the nature of the beast, right? I've said before on this channel that, like, you have to have the stomach in order to do this. And if you don't have the stomach to be an entrepreneur, then it's not going to work for you, because it's not an easy game. This is not an easy game. It's not easy to grow. It's not easy to invest this much of your time, of your resources, of your energy into something to make it happen. So I hope that's not like a down talk. I'm not trying to be depressing. I'm not trying to be negative. And if anything, I think I'm just trying to be more positive and give you guys encouragement and talk about the reality of being an entrepreneur. Yes, I am excited that there are new people in the office. I'm excited that we've got some new amazing projects. I'm excited about the opportunities that there are for House of Bohn at hand. I'm excited to have a really awesome year, and it's going to take a lot of energy in order to do that. And you know what? I think too, don't underestimate your failures, because the times that you fail can be the biggest learning moments, right? And can be the thing that actually propels you forward. Hi. Oscar, come on. You know, if you can look at your failures like those are golden nuggets and amazing lessons to learn to become better, then I think that you can achieve anything that you want to achieve.
You always still believe. You always still believe. If I'm being honest, you always still believe. If I'm being honest, you always still believe. If I'm being honest, you always still believe.
I've always been a believer that when you have the right people on board, you can accomplish anything. You can do anything, but you need the right people. You need the right people. And if you have the wrong people, I feel like you need to cut it loose quickly. So I don't know if any of you guys are hiring or doing anything like that. Yeah. Good people make all the difference. So it's an exciting time for me personally at House of Bohn, because I am specifically and purposely hiring people to come into the organization so that I can step back from my role as the lead designer, and so that I can become more of a operator of my business and a leader
to my team. Rather than doing the work, I want to be leading the work and guiding the work, and I want to be cultivating a really great team and a really strong team. And I also don't want to be the bottleneck, you know, in projects, because I've got a million things that I need to do, including run my business. And so sometimes if I'm too hands-on with projects, then I become the bottleneck, which isn't good for our projects, isn't good for our clients, and really at the end of the day isn't good for business. So it's a little bit of a transformative time for me too, taking on a new role and forcing myself to step back, forcing myself to let go and trust and allow people to try things, to make mistakes, and also allowing the team to succeed on their own. So yeah, it's good. It's good. It's exciting. It's exciting. It could be a game changer. I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, so what's up right now? I am just heading over to meet a client for a lunch meeting. I feel like even when there isn't stuff plugged into my calendar, there's always a million things that need to get done. So yeah, just making it happen. Oh, but you know what I was going to say? That what was on my mind actually when I was just talking about failure, I think too, it's like, can you rise up and can you do it over and over and over again? And it doesn't matter how many times you get kicked around or the shit gets kicked out of you or the wind it gets taken out of your sails, can you get up over and over and over again? And sometimes I think that that alone is just the game of entrepreneurship. You know, there is no there to get to. There is no like crazy destination to get to. This is just the journey. And I think once you can accept that, I feel like those little failures that happen along the way, whatever that looks like, you can stomach that stuff so much better because you know that that's the stuff that's going to happen throughout the rest of your career. You're never going to get to a time and a place when that doesn't happen. That is entrepreneurship, and really it's just a game of like how often can you rise and dust yourself off.
If I'm being wrong, I'm still in love with you. I'm still in love. Even when this all just feels like what we do. Even when I fall into my knees, things go out of focus. I'm trying just to see you always still there. You always still there. Always still.
Just real quick, you guys, I just want to say on that one day in the life, I think it was maybe the weekend vlog, I was showing that Oscar was really obsessive about licking his paws, and a couple of you guys had commented and said that your dogs were doing the same thing and they ended up having issues because I did take Oscar into the vet. Apparently dogs have a certain kind of natural normal yeast that develops in their paws, but sometimes they can have an overgrowth of that, which can be really irritating, which is why they lick them all the time. So thank you guys, because we've been treating it and Oscar hasn't been licking his paws anymore. I've been getting a lot of messages from you guys lately that some of you have been watching the content and feeling inspired to take your career to the next level. I get a lot of comments that you guys watch my content on Monday morning and that makes you feel motivated to work harder during the day and during the week. And I've been getting a lot of comments from you guys that you've been going into interior design or wanting to start your own business and that you're finding this content inspiring. So I love that. Thank you so much for sharing those comments. That means the world to me, and I love hearing that I'm able to inspire in a way that gets you motivated and moving to do something that you maybe haven't been doing yet. So that's awesome. If the channel is doing that, I feel like the channel is doing a lot. So thank you for sharing that. I would love to hear from you guys how you are pushing to grow in your own life, in your own career, in your own business maybe. What are some of the steps that you're taking to actively grow, personally or professionally? Let me know. Leave me a comment down below. We're gonna go check up on my place This is a good end to the day. Okay, you guys, you're gonna have to watch Bonafide in order to see how my place is shaping up. This is exciting, guys. Super, super exciting. I haven't been here for about 4 weeks, believe it or not. Here's the master ensuite. We are definitely getting close to the end of drywall, and you know what that means. Finishing is going to start happening soon.